This is the Yeedi C12 Pro Plus Robot Vacuum and Mop. I picked it up because I have pets, a mix of carpet and hard floors, and I was tired of cutting hair out of a brush every single week. My old budget robot vacuum did fine on crumbs, but it always left grit in the carpet and jammed up on long hair. I wanted something that could actually pull dirt out of carpets and deal with pet hair without turning maintenance into a chore, and I also wanted a station that did not require buying disposable bags. Right away, the Yeedi C12 Pro Plus felt like a middle ground choice. Not a fancy flagship with every bell and whistle, but not basic either. It leans towards strong cleaning performance and a bagless station, and it makes you do a couple things manually, like swapping the backplate to switch between vacuuming and mopping. If you want a robot that does absolutely everything without you lifting a finger, this is not that. If you want a robot that actually sucks up the mess and saves you from buying bags, this is closer to it. Setup was straightforward. The station was basically ready, and the robot paired with the Yeedi application without drama. One thing to know is that it only connects to 2.4 GHz wireless internet, so I made sure my phone was on that band before I started. The mapping run with the top light detection and ranging sensor was quick. It did a full scan of my place in around 8 minutes without even turning on the vacuum, and the map in the application was detailed enough that I could label rooms and draw no-go lines right away. The pathing was neat and efficient in a grid pattern, and it covered the whole area without random wandering during cleaning. In daily use, the vacuuming power is what stood out. On hard floors, it picks up scattered cat litter and sand without leaving that thin dusty film behind. On my medium pile carpet, I could hear it ramp up power, and I actually saw the carpet fibers stand back up. After the first full clean, the dust cup inside the robot was packed with fine gray fuzz I never see with weaker robots. The ZeroTangle brush is not a gimmick. I have long hair and a fluffy dog, and after several full house runs, I pulled the brush out and there was almost nothing wrapped around it. The little combs built into the housing really do knock hair loose and guide it into the suction path. The station is a big part of why I bought this model, and the Bagless PureCyclone design is my favorite thing about living with it. The transparent canister lets me see exactly how much it has collected, and it really does a good job separating dust so the suction stays strong. Emptying the canister is simple, and I like that I can rinse the whole thing and the filter in the sink. That gets rid of that stale vacuum smell I used to get with bag systems. There is a trade-off though. When you open the canister over the trash, a little puff of fine dust happens no matter how careful I am. So if you need a fully sealed experience, a bag system is cleaner. Also, the auto empty cycle is loud. It lasts only a short burst, but it is a punchy, jet-like whoosh. I measured it near the station and got roughly 73 decibels. I just scheduled cleaning when I am not on a call or trying to watch a show. Now mopping. This robot does not lift its mop or wash the pad. You swap on the mopping plate, fill the little reservoir, and it vibrates the pad while it cleans. That scrubbing motion matters. On my kitchen tile, it took up dried coffee and a sticky juice spot without smearing. The pad presses down firmly, so it actually scrubs rather than just dragging a damp cloth. I had to get used to the workflow though. After it finishes, I take the pad off and rinse it in the sink, then let it dry. The robot also refuses to go over rugs when the mop is attached, which is good because it avoids wet carpet, but it can block a path. In my layout, there's a runner between my living room and the bathroom tile, so with the mop on it will not cross the runner to get into that bathroom. I just run a separate mopping session for the kitchen and entryway, and that is fine, but it is something to think about. Obstacle avoidance is where the C12 Pro Plus shows its limits. The light detection and ranging mapping is reliable, and it rarely gets lost during cleaning, but it does not have fancy object recognition cameras. If I leave a cable out, it will try to eat it. If I leave a sock on the floor, it will shove it and sometimes pull it under the brush. I learned to do a 30-second tidy before starting a run, and that solved most of it. Docking is mostly smooth, but once in a while it does a little loop around the hallway before it lines up and parks. It looks funny more than anything, but it can take an extra minute. I had one weird map moment where the application thought the base was in a different spot, and I just reset the map and did a fast remap. No issues since. Battery life has not been a problem. It finishes my place on one charge with power to spare, and if it ever needs to, it goes back to the station and resumes right where it left off. Voice prompts are clear, and the indicator lights are easy to read. The Yeedi application gives me control over suction levels and water flow, and I can set room-by-room schedules. I had one connection hiccup when the station was tucked into a corner with weak wireless signal. Moving the station a few feet fixed it. Compared with my older budget robot, the Yeedi C12 Pro Plus is a big upgrade in actual cleaning. The old one was quiet and polite with furniture, but power was lacking and hair wrap was constant. This one needs a little floor prep, and it is louder during emptying, but it keeps the brushes clean and the floors look better. I also tried a friend's premium robot that costs a lot more and washes and dries mop pads. That experience is more hands-off for mopping, and it dodges small stuff on the floor more gracefully, but those docks use bags and the ongoing costs add up. The Yeedi saved me from buying bags, and that matters to me long-term. So is it worth it? If you want strong cleaning, you hate buying bags, and you do not mind swapping the mop plate and washing a pad, I say yes. It is not a magic robot, but it is a hard-working one. If you want a fully automated setup that avoids socks and cables and also washes and dries the mop, you should look at the premium tier and expect to pay more. For me, the Yeedi C12 Pro Plus hits the sweet spot of muscle and low maintenance without the extra subscription feeling of endless accessories. That is my take. If you have questions about specific use cases, like long hair, thick rugs, or open floor plans, drop them below and I will share more of my day-to-day experience. I will post full information about the Yeedi C12 Pro Plus robot vacuum and mop in the comments section. See you in the following videos.